stop it. Stop making a holy... Stop it, I said! I'm mad, good and mad, and who wouldn't be? You, Dunson, pretending you're gonna kill him.
Interesting facts about famous people.
John Wayne's Leading Ladies, 10 of the best. I'm sure you were aware of these ladies at the time these movies came out. Everyone paid a great deal of notice to the cast, especially the leading ladies. Nowadays, they seem to have been forgotten, but for a few. Today, I have selected 10 to take a look at. There, of course, are more. I don't feel it's necessary to rate them, as we all have our favourites. And they were all fantastic in their own way. If you enjoy this video, take a look at my channel for more. The link's in the description. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Lauren Bacall, The Shootist. Although Bacall doesn't get to play Wayne's love interest in The Shootist, she brings a quiet dignity to her role as a widowed mother attempting to keep her son, who's enthralled by being in the company of a renowned gunslinger, on the straight and narrow. When you witness the scenes between Wayne and Bacall, they're so authentic, you forget you're watching a movie. Bacall's role in The Shootist has been underrated for too long, so it's time to put that right.
Damn you. Damn you for the pain you've brought into this house.
Capucine, North to Alaska. Part of the attraction to this film is the presence of the lovely French actress Capucine, who plays Angel. Years after the production was first shown in public, the producers of the film admitted that, in the scene where Capucine is trying to laugh, she is actually tickled on her feet, and that her laughs and pleas for mercy were entirely genuine. Capucine said that John Wayne wore lifts in the film. John Wayne did not realize that Capucine was a lesbian. She publicly came out as gay many years later. Joanne Dru, Red River. Wayne's leading lady in Red River, with Wayne as ruthless trail leader Thomas Dunston, offering to sire children with her, like a bull mating with a heifer. Not surprisingly, Dru, as pioneer Tess Millay, spurs Dunston's offer and takes up with Dunston's orphaned friend, Matt Garth, instead, played by Montgomery Clift. A favourite scene in the film with Joanne Dru is when she gets pinned to a wagon by an arrow through the shoulder, but doesn't let on to anyone. A typical stoic woman if there was one. They really don't make them like that anymore.
And you, Matthew Garth, getting your face all beat up and all bloody. You ought to see how silly you were.
Marlene Dietrich, The Spoilers. It appears to be a matter of public record that Mr. Wayne and Miss Dietrich enjoyed a meaningful relationship for nigh on 3 years, whilst Wayne was married to his first wife, Josephine Sands. Dietrich appeared opposite Wayne in 3 films, Seven Sinners, 1941, The Spoilers, and Pittsburgh, both 1942. Out of the 3 films, I'd say The Spoilers is probably the best, mainly because it's a western, with a good old punch-up between Wayne and Randolph Scott. These two, along with Dietrich, were reunited in Pittsburgh the same year, so I guess the combination of the 3 of them gave good box office. Claire Trevor, Stagecoach. Claire Trevor's turn as Lady of the Night, Dallas, in Stagecoach. She was the nominal star of the film. Is now somewhat overshadowed by the rising fame of her co-star, a certain John Wayne. That should not in any way diminish her performance in the film, as well as that of the other actors in Stagecoach, such as Thomas Mitchell, John Carradine, and Andy Devine. It's a great ensemble piece, with both Wayne and Trevor complementing each other very well.
I gotta go to Lordsburg. Why don't you go to my ranch and wait for me?
Wait for a dead man.
Gail Russell, Angel and the Bad Man, another rumoured off-screen partner of the Duke, appearing with him in both Angel and the Bad Man and Wake of the Red Witch. She comes across very well as the innocent Quaker's daughter in Angel. possessing the acting ability to indicate there was something not so innocent stirring beneath all the petticoats she sported, that if the Quaker elders had been aware of, would have probably had her thrown out of the movement. Gail Russell's personal life is probably the saddest of all, dying of alcoholism at the young age of 36. Katharine Hepburn, Rooster Cogburn, quote, Eula, Reuben, I have to say it, living with you has been an adventure. Any woman would relish for the rest of time. I look at you, with your burned out face and your big belly, and your bear-like paws, and your shining eye, and I have to say, you're a credit to the whole male sex, and I'm proud to have you for my friend. Rooster Cogburn. I'll be damned if she didn't get the last word in again. Well,
No man alive likes to be called high-smelling and low.
Linda Crystal, The Alamo, playing opposite Wayne in The Alamo, with 53-year-old Duke. Assuming I've got my sums right, literally over twice as old as she. For some strange reason, their on-screen relationship still appears to work, although the extended version of The Alamo strongly implies that their characters slept together, which then starts to strain credulity somewhat. Or maybe that's just a case of cinema envy on my part.
I hope you can drive him.
Angie Dickinson, Rio Bravo. Dickinson is rather too young to be Wayne's love interest in Rio Bravo. The disparity in age between Chance and Feathers doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. Howard Hawks often showcased strong female characters in his films. Lauren Bacall was only 20 when she appeared opposite Humphrey Bogart in To Have or Have Not, yet appeared to come across like a woman in her mid-30s. Hawks pulls off the same trick with Angie Dickinson in Rio Bravo. The relationship between her and Wayne a cause for celebration rather than a questionable liaison between an older man and a younger woman. Maureen O'Hara, once described appropriately as illegally beautiful, was also a very good actress, and more than capable of holding her own on screen, opposite Wayne. The majority of roles she played with Duke were mainly as the estranged wife, Rio Grande, The Wings of Eagles, Big Jake, McClintock, but her role as Mary Kate Danaher in The Quiet Man is the one we'll always remember. The sparks that fly from their on-off romance in the film, a real joy to behold. When she sadly passed away in 2015, at the grand old age of 95, she was one of the last surviving members of John Ford's eminent stock acting company. Welcome to any new viewers on my channel. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Don't forget to hit the notification button to get my new videos. Share with your friends. Drop me your comments. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.